is SMNI News Channel. Truth that matters.
In the headlines, questions continue to mount over the purpose of the Philippine National Police checkpoint in Barangay Cawayan in Calinan, Davao City. If it's supposed to be for counterterrorism, why is there a wanted post of Pastor Apollo Sikiboloy besides that? The checkpoint is nonsense as it caused inconvenience in the area. In other news, the defense agreements of the Marcos Jr. government with other countries received criticisms from experts, saying that the administration should be focused more on addressing the grievances of the ordinary Filipinos. And Japan commemorates 79 years since the tragic atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which claimed over 200,000 lives. I'm David Lira. Newsline World starts now. Counterterrorism. This is the claim of the Philippine National Police for setting up a checkpoint in Barangay in Calinan, Davao City. However, Barangay Tamayo official questions the true purpose of the checkpoint, noting that if it is really for counting terrorism, then why is there a wanted post of Pastor Apollo Sikiboloy displayed there? Carlo de la Peña will give us more details.
Residents, particularly the ombak or e-trike drivers from Barangay Tamayong, Davao City, have complained about the Philippine National Police checkpoint positioned in Barangay Cawayan in Calinan, Davao City. They find the checkpoint a great nuisance, especially for drivers of e-trikes and trucks because of the many barriers obstructing the area.
Dali ra ba kayo magguba ng bearings tubangan?
Oo.
Kay gahi kayo kanang sa lubi, mantag katong kumuk lang.
Tapos daghan pa yung harang.
O dagkagharang ba?
Daghan na pong gibitaw. Ay nigbat si sombak ba. Sa magdali lang. Asol gid siya kung morning kay mga maestra
Stranded.
murag may stranded, maliit gid siya gamay. Kung
Bo, unit na tagas, maglisod yun. Asol ito, tagas.
Aside from the hassle that it causes, residents are also raising questions regarding the presence of the said checkpoint in the area. They're wondering why it seems to target Barangay Tamayong specifically.
Ipita po kayo ba? Nganong na may checkpoint diya nga ang ilang gibantayan Tamayong raman siguro kay ang padong diri duha raman Barangay Cawayan or Tamayong. Dapat kung mag-checkpoint sila dili diya dito sa highway. Kitanan barangay ilahang ma-check nila.
The checkpoint is currently being managed by the Regional Mobile Force Battalion 11 under Police Captain John Louis Kibol. But residents are still doubting its true purpose. Why are they only monitoring vehicles entering and leaving Tamayong?
Bakit kailangan po ng checkpoint, sir?
yun na mismo po yung reason anti-service.
May na-monitor po dito na sir? May na-monitor po na...
Sir, confidential kasi masyado yung hindi natin kasi pwedeng malaman ng kalaban natin.
Itong ginagawa nating inspection, hindi para kay Pastor Kibuloy.
Hindi po.
But if the checkpoint is indeed for counterinsurgency and not targeting Pastor Apollo Sikiboloy, why is there a wanted poster of the pastor along with his co-accused?
Kung anti-insurgency, bakit nandito yung posters nila Pastor Kibuloy?
Hindi ko po masasagot yan, sir.
Bakit po, sir? Wala, kinabit lang ba yan dito, sir?
Sir, ang makakasagot lang talaga sa inyo hindi po. Hindi po kami required na sumagot po sa inyo, sir.
Pero pinagtataka ng mga tao kasi mga bakit hindi naman daw convicted, bakit meron? Bakit sila Franz Castro? Yun, si PPNP, talaga yun? Bakit wala sila, sir?
Sir, ang makakasagot po sa inyo hindi daw lang po.
A barangay official from Tamayong criticized the actions of the police, stressing that their barangay is one of the peaceful areas in Davao City and is also insurgency-free. According to Councilor Pepito Putis, Tamayong would not have declared as it has if it were a troubled area. He also attributed Tamayong's continuous development to Pastor Apollo, who has played a key role in its progress.
Peaceful kayong Tamayong, pinakasikat sa diri sa Mindanao. Gwapo kayong Tamayong daw. Sumago daw, natay gym, natay barangay hall. Tungod ba na ni pastor, isa man na kay nakakuan ka pastor. Nganong anaon man lang sa pastor kamayo ni pastor nga wa man gyud na gibuhat nga kuan mutabang mangani nganong anaon man nila.
Putis detailed the many ways Pastor Apollo has helped Tamayong, from donating land for the establishment of Joseti Kibuloy National High School to funding road construction, water systems, and the development of various facilities like a super health center, gym, and barangay hall.
Dako gyud katabang si Pastor Dres Tamayong. Uban unang-una sa mga bata, kami gutanan Dres Tamayong lumulupyo. Bisag kami action mi kabalaka kay magunsa na lang pud mawala na si pastor. Sayang kay mga tabang ni pastor mawala lang ba. Dili man ta ma-plaster diri wala gyud si pastor.
Tamayong residents are also angry at the police for putting up Pastor Apollo's wanted poster at the checkpoint. They believe that the posters could be of CPP-NPA members like Franz Castro and Saturo Campo, who are both convicted of child abuse.
Kana man sila dapat patungan og 10 milyon. Kana butangan ng poster ka ng 20 kadupa kana magklaro kay ilang naong. Plywood gyud ibutang na ilang naong. Kudili kay si pastor imuan ning unana kay dagko nagbanga sala. Wala may gipatay si pastor nganong gipatungan mag 10 milyon nga kamaayo ana. Nganong gianaan man siya og patungan nga dapat ang katong dagko na kayo daghan ang gipamatay. Daghan ay mga sala kato may dapat patungan nila 10 milyon. Illegal man siguro na pagkabutanga kay wa mong giingon nga giagi session sa gikuan sa City Hall.
To recall, on June 10, 2024, the religious compounds of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ in Tamayong, Davao City were illegally attacked by combined forces of the Philippine National Police Special Action Force and Criminal Investigation and Detection Group alongside their attack on the KOJC Central Headquarters. On the morning of August 5, 2024, armed police attacked the KOJC farm in Purok 2, Tamayong, where they forced out KOJC missionaries, made them lie down on the ground, and threatened them with the guns. Many children witnessed the brutal treatment of the PNP against KOJC missionaries, causing severe trauma and fear. For God and my beloved country, the Philippines, this has been Carlo de la Peña, SMNI News.
A geopolitical expert has called out to Marcos Jr. administration constant entry into the military and defense agreements with other countries. The expert's questions to Bombo Marcos Jr. Is there anything else? MJ Madahar reports.
German Federal Minister of Defense Boris Pistorius recently visited the Philippines for a defense deal set to be signed by the end of the year. This comes amidst the tension over disputed territories in the South China Sea. Additionally, American officials have just visited the country to ensure their continued use of the Philippines as a storage site for their military assets inside EDCA sites. In exchange, they promised to provide defense aid to the Philippines, which must be first approved by the U.S. Congress. However, geopolitics expert Professor Ana Malindug-Uy finds the Marcos Jr. administration's frequent entry into defense agreements with other countries questionable.
No, bakit ba lahat na lang ng mga agreements na we entered, parang we are trying to get into, is parang defense, karamihan defense.
Apart from the US and Germany, Japan also frequently has defense agreements with the Philippines. In a Pulse Asia survey released this July, the top issue Filipinos want the current government to address is inflation, or the rising prices of essential goods and services. Second is the increase in workers' wages, followed by efforts to reduce poverty in the Philippines. In the same survey, defending the country's integrity against foreign threats, including the South China Sea issue, ranked fourth in the least concerns of Filipinos.
Ano ba talaga ang problema ng Pilipinas? Ang problema ba talaga ng Pilipinas is may kinalaman sa defense or may kinalaman sa ekonomiya? 4.4% ang inflation this July. Hindi ba yan nakikita ng current government na ang kailangan nilang i-address at ang kailangan nilang pagtutukan ng pansin is ang taas-taas ng bilihin. Ang inflation is too high.
Malindug-Uy called on Filipinos to continue speaking out and expressing their concerns to the current government, stressing that it is not right for the government to always enter into defense and military pacts, especially since the public sees no tangible results from President Marcos Jr.'s foreign trips since taking office.
Bakit nga ba tayo nandito sa mga defense na to? Ito ba ay para talaga sa Pilipinas or para sa mga Amerikano? Malaking tanong yan eh. Kasi if you're a government that cares about your people, uunahin mo kung ano ang kinahaharap ng mga Pilipino na malapit sa bituka. Kasi baka naman marami kang armas, marami kang defense pack, pero wala nang makain ang Pilipino at baon na ang Pilipinas.
For Government of Philippines, MJ Mondihar, SM9 News.
Up next, a missile fire from the Iron Dome missed its target and hit the highway in Israel while intercepting an aerial attack by Hezbollah drones. In Bangladesh, people flocked to the streets of the capital to celebrate the fall of Prime Minister Hasina, who resigned from and fled to India. Stay tuned for more news. There is someone behind the actions of Police Regional Office 11, Director Nicolas Torre III in Davao City. This is the belief of Senator Ronaldo Bato de la Rosa following the various issues currently in the city. According to the senator, placing SWAT at the checkpoints in Davao City is inappropriate. Details of the news from Jake Calabroso.
Alam ko may mga instructions na nangyayari. Hindi yan gano'ng katapang na magdating dyan na ganito kapag agad ang ginagawa kung walang instruction. May nag-instruct dyan.
This is what Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa sees in the actions of Police Regional Office Davao Chief Nicolas Torre III. This follows Torre's statement that there is manipulation of the police blotter record in Davao City, hence the low crime rate in the city. Torre said this is also why he ordered the relief of 19 police stations commanders. In an interview with Banateros on SMNI, Senator Bato said Torre wouldn't act so boldly and do these things in Davao City without someone giving him orders.
Kung ikaw, regional director ka, biglang salta ka dyan sa Davao, hindi ka malang na-assign dyan ever since, biglang dating ka dyan, at ganyan kagad ang pinagsasabi mo despite the fact na alam mo ang record ng Davao City Police Office kung ano ang kanyang prestige na pinanghahawakan kanyang hold of famer yung Davao City Police Office alam mo yan.
The senator added that whether Torre denies it or not, that someone is pulling the strings behind the new Davao Region Police Chief, especially since Torre knows the truth about the good record of Davao City.
Hindi ko naniwala na hindi niya alam yan. But despite the fact na ganun pa rin yung actuation niya, ganun yung treatment niya sa unit, ibig sabihin yan, may mga patagong instruction sa kanya na dapat ganitong gawin mo, i-pressure mo sila, i-continue the operations para mayanig yung mga tao. I am sure may mga instructions na gano'n. I-deny man nila o hindi nila ako pwedeng utuin.
Davao City Mayor Sebastian Baste Duterte earlier called Torre a professional liar due to his maneuvers in the city, causing the relief of 19 police station commanders and disrupting peace in Davao City. Meanwhile, Bato also criticized the placement of PNP Special Weapons and Tactics or SWAT at checkpoints in Davao City, particularly in front of the religious compound of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ. He said this is wrong and there should be administrative accountability if the PNP leadership desires.
Kung SWAT ganyan, dapat nandoon ka tactical operation, hindi yung ganyan na ginagawa mo na nagkakanda ka ng checkpoint na ganyan. Yung mga ganyan format panggira na yan, tactical uniform yan Hindi dapat ganyan ang forma pag magkanda ka ng checkpoint. You wear your proper uniform Hindi dapat ganon. So, dapat may administratibong pananagutan sila kung gugustuhin ng kanilang mga higher-ups, no?
Following the June 10, 2024 incident where the simultaneous raids by PNP SAF and CIDG in the KOJC religious compound to serve arrest warrants against Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy and 5 others happened, the missionaries of the church have continuously appealed to the government due to police harassment.
In response to what the Honorable General just
In a Senate hearing held on Monday, KOJC narrated again the atrocities committed by PNP SAF in the religious compound and called for an end to what they claimed as police lies. Based on KOJC statements, they have been guarding and praying in their compounds day and night because the police harassment continues. These police officers wear full battle gear with no nameplates and their faces covered. Bato criticized this, saying it's dangerous as it could be mimicked by criminals.
Mayroon akong naimbestigahan na yung Vice Mayor ng dito sa Apari, Cagayan na bumiyahe, minonitor yung kanyang movement, tapos pagdating sa dito banda sa Nueva Vizcaya, chineckpoint sila ng naka-uniforme na mga polis. Pagkatapos dirat-rat, pinatay yung mayor at saka yung Vice Mayor at saka yung mga kasamahan nila. 6 sila sa loob ng isang van, ubos, patay. Naka-uniforme yun. Pero hindi yun mga polis, mga kriminal yun. Kung hayaan natin na ganun palaging gagawin natin mga polis, kayang-kayang kukopyahin yan ng mga kriminal.
Meanwhile, Bato added that the PNP's actions in enforcing the law are also wrong.
5 tao lang naman yung hinahanap nila na may warrant of arrest. Bakit kailangan pa nilang kalabanin yung buong community ng Davao dahil sa hinahanap nila na 5 tao na may warrant of arrest? I think that's a very wrong approach.
The senator expressed sadness that the long-established trust of the people in Davao in the police seems to be eroding due to the current failed leadership of the PNP.
I am broken-hearted pagdating sa relasyon ng pulis at ng komunidad ng Davao City. Sayang yung pinaghirapan natin noon na establish yung trust, yung love ng tao sa kanilang pulis at ng pulis sa kanilang community. Ako'y nasasayangan.
For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Jade Calabroso, SMNA News.
In Japan, thousands gather by a river in Hiroshima to commemorate this year's anniversary of the atomic bombing that claimed tens of thousands of lives in 1945. Ria Saito has the story.
In Hiroshima, thousands of people attended a ceremony held by the Motoyasu River on Tuesday to commemorate the 79 years since the atomic bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. This memorial event has been taking place annually since 1947. Thousands of colorful lanterns float down the river, accompanied by music. Attendees released lanterns with messages of peace and love, while others captured the moment on their phones or prayed. To recall, on August 6 and 9, 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Around 140,000 people were killed in Hiroshima and 74,000 in Nagasaki. The 2 devastating bombings led to the end of the Second World War, and to this day, this event remains the first and only use of nuclear weapons in warfare. Meanwhile, on the same day, Prime Minister Kishida participated in a ceremony held at Hiroshima's Peace Memorial, where he expressed his condolences to the victims of the atomic bomb. Reporting from Tokyo, Japan, this has been Ria Saito, your global citizen correspondent for God and our beloved country, the Philippines.
Thailand's Constitutional Court has ruled whether to dissolve the Move Forward Party over its campaign to amend a law that protects the Thai monarchy from criticism. Chatmongon Pisamay-Gozon reports.
Thailand's Constitutional Court has ruled to dissolve the Move Forward Party, or MFP. According to the Thai court, the MFP violated the constitution over its campaign to amend the last major state law. The court also ordered the party's 11 current and ex-executives to be banned from holding political office for a decade. This includes former MFP leader Pitalim Jalanrat. The MFP achieved a significant election victory in 2023 with promises to reform Section 112 of Thailand's Criminal Code, which restricts criticism of the monarchy. Despite this, efforts to form a coalition were blocked, leading to the suspension of then MFP leader Pitalim Jalanrat from parliament. In response, MFP leader Chaitawat Tulathon said the Constitutional Court's ruling set a dangerous precedent of the way Thailand's constitution is interpreted. He announced that the party's MPs would form a new political party later this week. Reporting from Thailand, I'm Shadmongkon Bisamaikoson, your Global Citizens correspondent for SM9 News Channel.
On the Israel-Hezbollah conflict, a highway near Naharia was hit, which the Israeli military said was caused by a malfunctioning Iron Dome. Melchizedek Cadiz for the details.
A missile fired from the Iron Dome reportedly missed its target and hit a highway in southern Naharia, Israel, injuring several civilians and soldiers. According to the Israeli Defense Force or IDF, the Iron Dome missed a target while intercepting an aerial attack by a squadron of Hezbollah drones. The aftermath of the incident left shrapnel and debris scattered across the road. There were dark spots on the driveway and damaged pavements. A portion of the side of the road was also burned. The IDF initially reported that after sirens sounded in northern Israel over the past hour, they identified several hostile UAVs crossing from Lebanon. They intercepted one of the UAVs. Later, the IDF reported that an interceptor missile had missed its target, hitting the ground and injuring several civilians. 19 people were wounded by the UAV explosion and were hospitalized, with one in critical condition. Meanwhile, Hezbollah claimed responsibility for several attacks on Israeli positions on Tuesday, including one with what they described as explosive-laden drones targeting a barracks north of Acre. Reporting from Kuwait, I am Melchizedek Cadiz, your global citizen correspondent for God and for our beloved country, the Philippines.
A small plane from a U.S. Air Force base was seen crashing onto the course at a golf complex in the Sacramento, California, nearly hitting a golfer during an emergency landing. Federico Veloso has the story.
A small plane crash-landed on Hagen Oaks Golf Complex in Sacramento, California, USA. CCTV footage showed the aircraft skidding across the field, almost hitting a man on its course. The plane's pilot, whose name was not disclosed, said he faced a complete mechanical failure in mid-air, which forced him to perform an emergency landing. According to reports, the pilot had no serious injuries, and no other injuries were reported. The engine stopped working when the aircraft was flying approximately 121 meters or 400 feet above the ground. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board have launched an investigation into the incident. Meanwhile, the Hagen Oaks Golf Complex closed its facilities for the rest of the day and said that the area where the incident took place wasn't damaged. This has been Federico Veloso, your global citizen correspondent for SM9 News.
And before we end, may you be inspired with the words of the Psalm. Endurance is forged in the fire of adversity. That's all for this edition. For more updates, you may visit SM9newschannel.com or follow us on our official social media accounts on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. For God and Country, I'm Deivid Lira, and this is Newsline World.